Mike, what are real estate teams?
Real estate teams, very simply, are two or more real estate brokers and salespeople who get together and identify themselves as a real estate team. They're not specifically regulated or defined by any particular statute of Massachusetts, but we know that they've been appearing in the marketplace a lot lately.
Okay, so are real estate teams new? Are they a new phenomenon in the market?
Not new. I would say they've been around, but again, there's no law that was changed or adopted by the Commonwealth. I think it just has grown sort of organically in the marketplace. We see it in other states, and now I think more so here in Massachusetts.
Okay, so I'm a realtor. What is the benefit for me to be on a team?
Well, I think from a benefit standpoint, you're working with anywhere from 2 to a dozen. I've heard of larger teams. These are groups that work very closely together with customers and clients, and so I think a lot of firms see the benefit of marketing themselves as a real estate team. Mm-hmm. But there's, I think, a couple of legal considerations that also need to be taken into effect.
Well, you just asked my next question. So what are the risks of these teams? Because I know just from the outside, sometimes you're not quite sure whether a team is a brokerage or not.
So there's about 15 or 20-ish states that recently have enacted statutes and regulations about teams. Here in Massachusetts, we don't have any laws on the books about what a team is, how it must operate, or anything else about a team. In fact, if you look in our license law, the word team does not even appear. So I think when you're looking at some of the risks that are associated with a team, you really need to just look at the license law that applies. And a couple of thoughts really just jump out right away. One is related to advertisements. So the law says that a real estate advertisement, and that can be anything from a business card, a sign, a website, a post on social media
post. I was going to ask that, right?
All of the above. And the requirement is that those advertisements include the name of the broker or the brokerage, not just the real estate team. It must be conspicuous. It must be readily shown that the name of the broker or the brokerage. So advertisement is one area. And then I guess another area is just the operation of this team. All brokers and salespeople who work in an office are working for the broker of record. That broker of record is ultimately the person responsible in that office. And so even though a team exists in the office, it is not in any way a separate corporate entity. Everyone in the office is still ultimately responsible to the broker of record and work for that broker of record.
Do you see, maybe looking into your crystal ball, do you think there could be some specific license law coming down the pike in the future?
It's possible. There's nothing immediately before the Board of Registration for real estate brokers and salespeople, but I think that regulators are more aware of this and are, sometimes they say the law trails the practice and what's happening in the fields, but I think there's more of an awareness of what teams are, and there may be a point, in the not too distant future where some of these things are more clearly defined, so that people who are brokers and salespeople who are operating as part of a team have clear direction from the state as to what's legal and what's not legal.
All right. Well, Mike, that's all I have for you, the questions about teams. If you want more information, go to marealtor.com and check out Bay State Realtor as well, as we will be continuing to include news and information about teams and where they're going. Thank you.